This is Power 95, and right now we're live inside. Well, we're live on Facebook. Big up to everybody on Facebook that is locked on, and it's the morning trend being brought to you the kind compliments of Rick's Cafe. Walk in, dance out. Don't forget Rick's Cafe open for delivery services only from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All right, last order, no, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. The last order is taken at 4:30 p.m. Make sure you call them and place your order, all right? Rick's Cafe, walk in, dance out. Right now, I got to say special good morning. We've got Alma Boy on the line. Alma Boy, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
You're good, you're good, you're good. You sit down there, you're calm, collective, you know?
Well, that's what we got to do right now. That's what the time's called for.
Yeah, boy, time's called real different times now, eh? Real different. How are you managing in the pandemic?
Yeah, man.
And where are you right now, though?
Well, I'm in New York, Brooklyn.
Oh, Lord, boy.
So you know.
From your vantage point, what are you seeing? What are you witnessing firsthand?
Oh man, what? Well, first with the COVID, it was crazy. Because let me shout out to my wife. She's a nurse. So
right.
Coming home every day, the stories I hear and it was crazy. It was saddening. It made you want to cry. She was really broken in the beginning of this. You know what I mean? And it was tough. It was really, really tough. We can't underscore it. Even though right now, and then thinking it was coming to an end, and then here we got all the riots, the protests, the little in between riots. You know, I want to put focus on the riots. I'm not one of those who want to do that, but the protests itself, the shootings, the killings, you know, of the unarmed individuals. I mean, that looks like me. Let me just put it like that. You understand? So it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on top of can't even, no carnival this year, but oh gosh.
Like that one hurting
you can't even release. The thing is what I'm saying, all these things to deal with, and then you still didn't have a chance to. Carnival is usually that time people get to release. You know what I mean? We go through a whole year of turmoil. Everybody go through the year of different things. We can't say who have it worse, who have it, but Carnival is that time where everybody could actually come together and just have a time freely, just uncontrollably, just vibes, So it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot, but you had to keep this. You see this intact, boy. You see this mind
mentally at the stage.
It's because it's an emotional roller coaster. So
yeah.
It
is definitely an emotional roller coaster. What would you say you've learned the most in terms of adapting with this pandemic right now?
Well, personally, learned from myself personally that I've used this time to mostly reflect, just take my time because, as much as it's really bad, the part I take from it most is that I needed a break. We needed a reset. I needed a reset. You understand? And I get this even with my family, especially my immediate family living here. It's like it was a different time. It was we just connected even more. You understand? We use this time to really connect, and you see, you spend a lot of time on social media as well, and you see people are losing it.
Yeah.
But I realize people tough too. People, because we humans. You expect to have that imbalance where you have times where you're pressured, you're frustrated, but a lot of people stuck together. You know what I mean? Stick together, and it was good to see that. Even right now, even what's going on after the pandemic itself, plus with the protests and all this stuff, you see a lot of togetherness. You see a lot of craziness.
Yeah.
But I tend to focus more on the togetherness part of it. You know what I mean? Most people actually want the best for each other, and so it was a vibes. Good vibes.
So with regards to you being creative now, how is that affecting you? How is the fact that you're now able to reset? You're away from it for an extended period of time, more than we would like. But how are you able to stay creative? Are you writing more songs, less songs, putting out material? Tell me.
The first half of it, I was writing plenty. The first half, I was creative. I was going back. I was in here. Because I'm somebody, I live inside here in my head a lot too, right?
Right.
I'm emotional like that. I take on things. So I could have a memory from 10 years ago and write about it. So writing is not a problem in that sense. So the first half, I was really going in. But then I noticed one time that I was doing this song and it was basically using the same melody. I was using. I'm like, damn, what happening, boy? What happening? And I keep going back to similar melody. I said, nah, I need a break. I need a break. Let me take a little full break off of this for a while. Let me focus on some other things. Let me rebuild myself. And let me tell you, the last month or so, I haven't written a thing. And it's intentional too. You understand? I feel like I needed that kind of. Let me just step back for a little bit.
Right.
Let me just step back, and it's working for me because yesterday, I got this beat, and it just did something to me, and I felt, I feel that.
Sometimes, even though you're in music and so on, you have to get away from it. In order to appreciate it and come back to be even more creative.
Yes,
you can't be in it all the time. I mean, you're only human, you're not a robot.
You're right about that.
You're not a robot. You have to get away from it.
Yeah, it's a love, but even with a relationship, sometimes you take a little bit space and you give each other time and so yeah. Yeah, the love of music is
relationship
right.
is another story. Yeah, to be careful with that.
Well,
be very careful now. All right.
Well, I mean, that kind of everybody give. Well, I can talk for myself. You know what I mean? With giving each other space and the time to do things, and we do things together, and we do things apart, and that's what make it work for us. For others, hey, and it's just the same with music.
Right.
I love music a lot, but sometimes I just need to give it a little time.
I get it.
Yeah.
Same with me. I can't be in it all the time. Cannot.
Yeah.
Now tell me something. You always sing for the ladies. You always have that. To me, that is a constant theme with Alma Boy. Will that ever? I'm not complaining because as a DJ, I play for ladies first. I always say ladies first. The fellas all can all on their backside after we go deal with you. But will that ever change for you?
No, it won't change in the sense I'll always talk about the ladies. You see, I put ladies on a high, on a high pedestal. For me personally, how I grew up with the ladies, my mother, my sister. My father wasn't there as much, but still thank God for him. I'm here.
Yeah.
So, but the ladies have a special place in my heart. So it starts from the love that I have for ladies. You will get more from me. I mean, let me be honest with you. The song that I did that is not really ladies for it don't pick up that much sometimes. People kind of designate me. I'm the lady. The ladies are singing a lot for the ladies, so that's what they want. Most people want to hear. But I do have a bunch. Like last year, I did a song called "Mean Something," and it wasn't really got to get toward the ladies, but it didn't pick up as much as I would because everything is not. Wouldn't be that song or whatever to the people. But to you, it might mean something different. You know what I mean? And Non-Stop again. Workout was a song that did it for me last season. But my favorite song last year was Non-Stop. Me personally, my favorite.
I'm glad you said that, right? Because I see this happen with artists year after year after year. You have several songs that you want to put out for the season, right?
Yes.
By the way, for the listeners that are listening on the radio, we're talking to Alma Boy right now. You have several songs. Say you have 3 or 4 songs that you say, this is what I want to put out for this year. And then, as an artist, every song is like a child to you, right? It's like a baby to you, right? I mean, artists are very passionate about their work, as they should be. But this is something I always see. Song A, which is a song you might think to yourself, boy, I like that tune. That's the song I put in. And then John Public is like,
Yeah.
We're going with this one.
Yes.
How do you feel when that happens as an artist? Do you think that, boy, I get it wrong, or how you feel about that?
No, I'm okay with it. No, but in the beginning, oh man, it used to burn a big time. Like I ain't gonna lie. It's like you're in the studio, you do this song. I mean, every artist think the song that they do is a hit. I don't care who you are. It can be the worst song ever. But
something's a reality checker, but yes.
Yes. But then when you put it out there, boy, and you realize,
right,
ain't hitting at all. And then sometimes to know I've learned to accept where I have a stronger team, a broader team, because I have people know that I'm one of those I could take critique, you know. But
And
don't just criticize me for criticizing. Give me details. You understand?
Mhm.
So I have some musical people that I send my music to first. I have some regular folks that, just listen to. I have a few, I test it with different sets of people. People who in the business, people who just listen to music.
And not a set
And
of yes men.
not that set. I don't want that. I don't want that.
Right.
And I have some people that like they can tell me what I find I like the vocal, I like the thing, but I find you could do more with the music. I find the bass line could do this. I find the music and the song into, I find the mix a little bit off. I find, so I spend a lot of time with my work. So regardless of what, as you see, I released 7 songs or 5 songs, 6 songs. This songs was 2-3 years, some songs 2-3 years old. You understand? Because I want to take my time. Because I know you put it out there to John Public and hey, all I just don't want to get is that, but now you're stupidness and that's the only thing. It don't have to, have to hit.
You might get it sometime.
You'll get it still. Yes. But you have those who will do that. Because I remember a song like last year, Not a Cat. I think that was one of the songs I think was written, the satire and it. Oh, I love the way I wrote it. This girl meet me one time, but she said, "What stupidness you singing there, my boy? I expect better." I say,
but all I will say sometimes the truth hurts, and I'll leave
it. But hey, everybody have different opinions. Everybody have different views, and you learn to accept that.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Something I want to find out from you. We all know Spice Mass is not happening, unfortunately, right? Safe first. And there's a lot of talk about, now we have a lot more time to have a bigger and better one for 2021. As an artist, obviously you've been to Grenada, you've performed here numerous times and so on. What do you think should be done to make Spice Mass 2021 better?
Oh gosh, well, one of the big, for me as an artist personally, you see, it may be something small, but you see time, boy. You see being on time.
Oh my gosh! Finally, somebody talk about time. Finally, somebody talk about time.
You see that, boy. That even me as an artist. I mean, I've done many interviews with you guys, and you will tell me my interviews 8:15. I don't care if it's 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'll be there 7:45. Right? That's just what I want to myself. I want to set that standard to myself. I've gone to many shows. They tell me, "Hey, your performance time is 1:15." I got there 12:15 an hour before just to feel it out, this and that. 3 o'clock, I'm still at backstage sitting down in perform.
Let me tell you something, right? And the thing about it is, what some promoters would say, and this is their defense, right? Is that sometimes when they promote a show to start, say 10 p.m., right? Artists go on stage 11 p.m.
Right.
They probably don't have the crowd, even though it would be a big event, right? We all know the event will be big. The numbers aren't there. So the artists that are carded to perform first or earlier don't necessarily want to perform to grass. Or
I understand.
For anybody. But I know there are some promoters, one in particular, that regardless if it's one person, 2 people, or what, they start the show because it's like a domino effect.
Yes. What about the artists who have 3 shows to perform that night? That night, and I mean, we want to give the people what they want. Yeah, we have to spoil people in the right way. You come to see boys, you come to see Alma boy, you come to see Wasways, whatever. They on early, and if you miss them, you miss them. It's just the time we are scheduled to do this.
You see, there are some people that are lackadaisical with time. There's a mentality that, all right, 10 o'clock, nobody would be there. I'm not going to go there at that time, right? And believe that, man, they go start our show late, man. So 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, you're now looking to go in the bathroom and get ready for an event that was supposed to start 10 o'clock. And then when the show running late, right? And sometimes you have guests from overseas that don't even get to perform as long as they need, as they can.
And then you get the game vexed as an audience. We get vexed as, because we get enough from this. No, we have to spoil each other in the right way, Scratch. We have to start spoiling that time thing for everything, events, whatever the case may be. I understand we want a crowd. I as an artist want a vibes with the crowd and whatever. I do. But
Mhm.
I'm willing to sacrifice that sometimes just for the good of the long term, for it to be a better product for us going forward. I mean, time is
Time,
really time.
time,
Let,
time is so important,
important. My
right?
time important. Your time important.
And
People,
for
there's some
those,
people.
let me tell you, and for those that like to deliberately get ready late or attend these events late, right? What you will
Yeah.
see, if every event were to start on time,
Yes.
right? They would reach earlier,
Of course. Of
right?
course.
They will reach earlier. Trust me on that because they spend the money already, right? And they would have
Mhm.
been burnt and learned the lesson.
Yeah. Very true. I believe that. I
Mhm,
believe that if you start doing that more often with every event, it will work out for the best. Trust me,
mhm.
it will work out for the best. 2021, let me place emphasis on that. Even beforehand, the shows that the launch, even start off with the launch. The first thing we do, let it be that first event. Let it be that. Let
Mhm.
it be on time. This is
I
what
think
it's called to be.
I
You have
think
some artists go,
events in
some of your
no, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I believe that all events across the board need to start on time,
Yes.
from regular
Yeah, yeah,
parties,
yeah, yeah.
right? From
Yes.
regular parties
Yeah,
straight up
yes,
to their big shows, right?
yes,
To
yeah.
cultivate and get people in the culture of arriving early.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. And even that will help the show because who feel pressure after that, boy. Let's the stage managers get some hell after. When you see it goes from the time it start late and this and that, and then no the stage I have a set. I say, all right, they tell me 10 minutes. So
Hmm.
I have my set plan out.
Hmm.
I have my set plan out way before, and I have like 5 different sets that I use based on
Right.
the crowd, based on how much time you give me all this stuff.
Yes.
No, you get there, you tell him for 1 o'clock. Boom, 2 o'clock, you ain't get to perform. And now they shine, now they had to rush everything now.
No.
So now
Listen.
I'm here now.
No. Listen.
That
We need some stage managers that mean business, right?
yes,
Because
sir.
time is
Yes,
time.
sir. That too.
I have a very good friend of mine that does that. He's a stage manager and so on from St. Lucia,
Yeah.
right? And he's been here
Yes.
to do certain events here. And let me tell you,
Yes.
he don't ramp at time. If
I,
you
I,
as
know,
an
I like
artist
that.
are supposed to perform, say 1 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't see you, don't think you're waltzing and they're five
Yeah.
past one and you're getting on stage cylinder. On stage
And I
still,
agree.
you
I
know,
agree.
no
I
matter how
agree.
big
I
the
agree.
artist is, right? I saw
Yes.
he did that to in an event with Bungie and Fan already in St. Kitts or somewhere along the line, right? I mean they performed,
Right.
but they had to
Mm-hmm.
make some adjustments and so on and so forth. So no matter how big you are, time is time, and I really appreciate that point. It's
Yes,
something
sir. Yes, sir.
that gets over cited
Yeah.
when
Yeah. Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
to Carnival being
It
efficient.
does. It does. It
Because you
does.
think it easy
Uh,
standing up on your foot from like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock till all 7, 8 the next morning?
you understand? I understand. And and that's one of the things. That's the things. And I will talk from the artist side again. And another thing, you know, I'm not. I don't want to go wrong. I doesn't say I'm humble. Try to keep my cool and try to do my best and show respect to everyone. But I want in general promoters show more respect to the artists. Especially, I mean, in a sense, I see it. Like you can sometimes, yeah, in these days, you still could go and not be able to get a bottle of water in the back, as an artist, based on the artist, based on your name too, and based on who you are,
And
you know.
honestly, for me, respect is respect regardless of the artist.
Yes, man.
You need to have respect
Regardless.
abroad.
Yes,
Um, what I wonder now, right? I know it is done for the artists that come in from overseas. They would have
yes,
a rider. They would have what they would want backstage. What drinks
yes,
they prefer. Artists they have their
yes,
rider with the different things
yes,
that they would want before
yeah,
they perform. What I would
yes,
like
sir.
to know is how many of the local artists here first of all, work with a contract,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where they have these things stipulated, and don't just assume that the promoter is going to provide
Right.
that for
Right.
them.
Yes.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
many are getting into the habit. I have a manager. You understand? She organized all these stuff for me. I even had an event called Fun on the beach last year, Carnival Monday, right? I had an event. And beforehand, weeks in advance, I got all my artists that was slated to perform. I reached out to them and asked them what their drink of choice, how many people they want, how many passes, this, that,
Yeah.
what, and the other.
Yes.
And when they came, everything was they was like everybody was loving themselves. I didn't care who you were. Even the
Mm.
people at the door say, listen, an artist come there. I don't care if they don't know once they say they're an artist, we know most artists in Grenada. Grenada small. Give them
Grenada is
that treatment.
correct.
I'll come in, don't have them waiting out there. Yeah. Treat them
Mm.
royal because you never know. This artist might not nothing this year, next year. He might be the biggest. And you know, Soka is. Soka is every year. What have you done for me lately? You understand?
I like Janet
So
Jackson, but
which something you
what have you done for me
no,
lately?
no, I'm telling you.
Right.
It's so that's the business we're in soccer, you know,
Mhm.
because this name might have nothing this year. Next year you have this song that just pop in,
Yeah.
and everybody have him as king. Treat him as king from since the time he trying, and you see showing a kind of you see showing effort because and we as artists need to put it on ourselves to give our best every time. You
Mhm.
understand? Every time, whether 5 in the crowd or 5,000 or what, how much we should always represent ourselves well to show people, hey, these guys means business, so that in turn it will come back to us from the crowd, from the promoters, from we have to show a level of respect for ourselves as well.
Mhm.
You understand? And the whole product will be better because it starts. Let's be honest. Carnival starts with the music, the soca. You know,
Yes.
I mean, it's really if you get good music, most likely that carnival will be something to remember. You
Mhm.
know, when you have good music, it starts there. You
Mhm.
understand? And big up to and another thing I just want to quickly mention. You see that event? I can't remember the band, the mass band. They did a launch
Mhm.
and it was one of the best launch I ever saw, I saw, and the effort they put into it. The mass band, what's the name again, boy? Oh shoot, it was really good.
I feel I know the
Uh,
one you're talking about, but I
right,
don't want to call the
right.
wrong name.
I want to promote. All right, I don't want to do
No,
that
I
too,
no, I don't have a
but
problem calling the name, but I don't want to call the
oh
wrong name.
no,
But
I might call the wrong name, so I don't want to do that. But the
was that the
effort
one
they
that had the
put it,
costume and with the black feathers and so on,
yes,
and the
yes,
jab and all that?
yes.
What are you talking about, Oro?
Jab and okay then, and I
Yeah,
watch it from on a live. I don't know how it was in the crowd, but I
yeah.
watch it like and I just thought the effort they put into that.
Mhm.
What if every event, every promoter, every put? I
Mhm.
mean, I ain't say, I know it wouldn't happen, but I'm just saying for the
Yeah,
product again. We talk
yeah.
about the product at Carnival
Mhm.
and leading up to Carnival and parties. Every show, every party promoter, every put that kind of effort in. I mean, you walking in, I go a fit in up here and big up this Trini promoter, you know. And when I walk in scratch, the ambience of the place, the whole vibes, the setup, the for me it was that alone have me ready to party and feel good. You
Yeah.
understand? So
That
I left.
I know exactly the feeling you would have had. I think
Yeah.
obviously there's a cost involved to doing
Yes.
something
Yes.
that elaborate,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it would be good if some ease would be given to promoters that want to do that, because at the end of the day it would help
Do
elevate
that.
the product, and don't get fooled.
Yes. Yes.
People travel. You have people coming in that go to other carnivals, and the comparisons start.
Yes.
Oh, I see this in this country, I see that.
Yes.
So yeah. On the topic of time, I too have to keep the time.
Mhm.
So this is
All
what
right. No
I have
problem.
to wrap it up this morning, Alba. But I really appreciate your contribution this morning inside of the Power Morning Show and
Thank you.
taking the time out to
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for
yeah,
having me.
was a
Thank you for
pleasure.
having me.
One last question and see if you
Right.
can keep this in
Go
10
ahead.
seconds. Any new music for this year?
Yes, yes, I do. I'm releasing something next week for you guys.
Next
That
week?
one girl. Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
All
Soca
right.
coming still.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, brother.
All right. Have a good
Power,
one.
you too. Power 95, big up all yourself. The listeners, everybody, viewers.
All right.
Bless.
Good. That was Alma Boy right here on Power 95. It came to the kind compliments of Rick's Cafe. Walk in, dance out. Don't forget Rick's Cafe. They open from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. with the last order taken at 4:30 p.m. Remember, it's takeaway services only, all right? Only at Rick's Cafe. Tell you, interesting chat with Alma Boy this morning inside of your morning trend. We're going to be back with your hit list.